you understand?
Hey everybody, I'm Tony Jones, and welcome to the Tony Jones Show.
It's not enough. People are willing to take the risk. It's sort of a herd mentality, a lemming-like mentality. If you don't go with the flow, you're anti-American and therefore a suspect.
The Tony Jones Show, featuring punk, rockabilly, psychobilly, and Providence, Rhode Island's finest, starts right now.
He's a dangerous militia member, I hear. Oh, and there she blows.
Friends, the time for mediocrity in broadcasting is over. My name is Tony Jones, and you are tuned in to the Tony Jones Show, your destination for talk and rock. You just heard from The Goddamn Draculas, 1 in a Million, the name of that one. George, a band we had the pleasure of sharing the stage with this past Friday night at Firehouse 13 in Providence, Rhode Island.
We did.
George Garner's here, my good friend, bass player, and occasional co-host. George, good evening.
Good evening. I have returned.
Very exciting tonight. Of course, we'll have some of the best local music around, including bands. I had a barn burner of a weekend, so we're going to have some bands we had the chance to play with, George and I, and Tony Jones and the Cretin 3. And we'll have some bands that we had a chance to check out this weekend also, being on the other side of the stage. We'll have local music for you throughout the hour. I'm taking a quick scan of the playlist here, and looks like every band you're going to hear from tonight is a hardworking local independent band, so I hope you will go out there, support these fine bands. And very excited to have with us Seth from Seth's Rock Report, online at sethsrockreport.com, fellow alternative media guru. Seth, good evening.
Good evening.
So tell us a little bit. Say someone's tuning in now. They're hearing about sethsrockreport.com for the first time. What is it?
Well, it's a weekly blog that comes out every Sunday. I update pretty much what I deem worthy in the rock world for you to know. Different things, videos, news items, tour announcements. And on the side note, if you go to the site and look at the menu bar, I have various different tabs for different things where there's Seth's take, and that's my opinion about what's going on in music, my reviews of CDs or concerts, things that I would like to see if I went to a rock website.
Mm-hmm. Now, you cover I saw a large metal influence looking at the site, but you cover all forms of rock and roll, right?
Pretty much everything that covers the hard rock, classic rock, heavy metal, metal.
And, it's great to see something like this coming up with kind of an alternative view to it, which is what we, of course, support here at Rhode Island Free Radio and across media outlets, trying to kind of have an alternative media take on what's going on out there, whether it be art, music, politics. When did you get started in this whole thing?
The official website probably rolled out about 3 years ago, but I kind of did things on my own with friends and kind of turned into the full-blown website. I used to send out an email once a week about what was going on, what shows were coming to town, and that turned into this website where people were asking me all the time, and I figured I'd go with the website and give my opinion, which is not short of supply, and my views on rock and music, and using it as a stepping stone to get to other things like interviews and meeting bands and stuff.
Speaking of your views and preferences, how much bias is there on this website? For example, myself, I am of the opinion that rock and roll now equals heavy metal and vice versa. I mean, there's no other really good rock and roll out there. And on my show, that's a clear bias, and I make no
and you're
bones
proud
about
of it.
And I am proud of it. I am proud of being completely arbitrary in my preferences. A certain amount of that has to creep into all our activities. How objective do you try to be, and is it possible?
Well, it's tough to say that everything falls under the heavy metal umbrella. Lots of bands don't like that moniker, like Def Leppard.
Well, that's because they're not.
But they feel that they're out there trying to be equal to everyone.
No, my serious point was, I'm saying, and whether we're doing a internet radio show, a blog, our own personal preferences have to creep in.
Yes,
I'm saying,
it's very biased in that way. Yeah, most of the bands I feature are the ones I like.
Okay, I just wanted to create some honesty at this table.
Well, you'll see if you read through some other ones, like, when REM's doing something, I just say I hate REM. If you want to find out about them, look them up for yourself. I do these little PSAs I throw in there about my opinion on bands that, I'm a big Aerosmith fan, but Steven Tyler going country, I would just say he did something, you have to go find out about it. I'm not going to tell you about it. So I don't give credence to that, but I keep it in the rock realm, I guess.
And that's, something we've talked about on this show in the past, and I think all our shows, that the best part of having your own show or your own blog and things of that nature is that you get to play what you want to hear. It's, you're not going to hear any Lady Gaga around here.
No, this is ego gratification. I mean,
that's part of it. Yeah.
I was talking to someone about this earlier over the weekend, and the fact that Rhode Island Free Radio and my show, for the most part, is there'll be an occasional F word here and there, but for the most part, it's clean. And the reason for that is we like to keep it safe for work because a large audience for internet broadcasting is our good friends in the cubicle nation out there. And they're in these cubicles. They're in there all day, 8 to 12 hours. They need something to listen to. So we've always strived to keep it safe for work, to have something for that group to listen to so they don't have to listen to the same 5
Well, I look at
elevator
it as,
Muzak songs.
I look at it as giving them a viable alternative to, something more important to do than what they're supposed to be doing.
It's all right to be uncensored, I think, if it sneaks through. I mean, some of the stuff that I put on my site, bands drop the F-bomb or whatever in their lyrics or whatever. I mean, look at Buck Cherry. I think every other word is,
Cocaine?
I was going somewhere else, but we'll keep it clean for now.
So I want to get to some music. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more with Seth from Seth's Rock Blog. And I want to talk about, we were actually talking about it off the air, how things have changed over the years. And as I was rolling into the studio today, we share a space. Well, we kind of were linked to a space, Manchester 65 nightclub, good friends of ours over there. And as I was rolling in today, the band Saliva, very well-known, national act, was in the backyard grilling hamburgers. We'll talk a little bit about how music has changed over the years, but at the same point, that's why we have all these outlets where Seth's able to have a blog and I'm able to have a show and we're able to reach thousands of people. But I digress from that. Let's get back to the music for a little bit. And here is some of my own personal bias. George, you may agree with this. One of my favorite local bands. We're going to hear from the Evil Streaks.
Oh, absolutely.
Up next, here's Last Kiss right here on The Tony Jones Show.
I got you.